Imagine seeing a helpless bird dragging a broken wing across the ground, stumbling in obvious pain, only to discover that the injury was completely fake. At first glance, it looks like a heartbreaking scene. A small bird flutters awkwardly through the grass, unable to fly properly. One wing hangs low. Its movements seem clumsy and desperate. Any predator watching nearby would immediately focus on what appears to be an easy meal. But what if that struggling bird is actually performing one of the most clever acts of deception in the natural world? Hidden somewhere close by, almost invisible against the ground, are tiny chicks or precious eggs. And the bird pretending to be injured is not weak at all. In fact, it is carrying out a carefully planned performance designed to save its family. This remarkable behavior has fascinated birdwatchers and scientists for generations. It reveals just how intelligent and resourceful some backyard birds can be when protecting their young. One of the most famous masters of this trick is the killdeer. Despite its name sounding mysterious, the killdeer is a common bird found across much of North America. You may have seen one without realizing it. It has long legs, a brown back, a white belly, and distinctive black bands across its chest. Unlike many birds that build nests high in trees, killdeer often nest directly on the ground. At first, this seems like a terrible idea. Ground nests are exposed to countless dangers. Foxes, raccoons, coyotes, snakes, cats, dogs, and even curious humans can accidentally discover them. Without branches or leaves high above for protection, the eggs appear extremely vulnerable, yet the killdeer has evolved an extraordinary solution. When a predator approaches too closely to the nest, the parent bird rushes away from its hidden eggs and begins acting as though it has a severely injured wing. It flaps unevenly, it limps, it appears unable to escape. To a hungry predator, this looks like a golden opportunity. Why spend time searching for eggs when an easy adult bird meal is right in front of you? The predator naturally follows the struggling bird. That is exactly what the killdeer wants. As the predator chases, the bird slowly leads it farther and farther away from the nest. The performance continues with perfect timing. The bird stays just close enough to remain tempting, but just far enough to avoid being caught. Then, once the danger is safely away from the eggs, something remarkable happens. The supposedly injured bird suddenly recovers. Its broken wing is magically healed, the limping vanishes, the bird launches into normal flight and escapes effortlessly, leaving the confused predator far from the hidden nest. Scientists call this behavior the broken wing display, and it is considered one of the most famous distraction displays in the bird world. What makes it so fascinating is that the bird willingly places itself in danger. Every time it performs this act, there is a real risk that the predator could actually catch it. The parent bird is essentially gambling with its own safety to protect its offspring. For many species, that gamble is worth taking. After all, the survival of the next generation is one of the strongest driving forces in nature. The killdeer is not alone in using this strategy. Several other ground-nesting birds perform similar deception displays. Some plovers, lapwings, and certain sandpipers have developed their own versions of the act. Each species may add unique touches, but the goal remains the same. Draw attention away from vulnerable young and redirect danger toward the adult bird instead. The effectiveness of this strategy lies deep within predator psychology. Most predators are programmed to focus on targets that appear weak or injured. Catching healthy prey requires energy and carries risks. Injured prey seems easier and safer. The birds exploit this instinct brilliantly. Instead of fighting predators directly, they manipulate the predator's decision-making process. In a way, they turn the predator into an unwitting participant in a carefully staged performance. Even more impressive is how accurately parent birds judge danger levels. Research has shown that many birds adjust their responses depending on how close a threat gets to the nest. If a predator remains far away, the bird may stay hidden. But as the danger approaches critical distance, the dramatic acting begins. This helps reduce the chance of accidentally revealing the nest location. Timing is everything. Start the display too early, and the predator might notice where the bird emerged from. Start too late, and the nest could be discovered before the distraction works. Through thousands of generations, natural selection has refined this behavior into an astonishingly effective survival tool. The chicks themselves add another layer to this incredible story. Many ground-nesting birds hatch with a survival advantage. Within hours of emerging from their eggs, they can often walk or run. Their mottled feathers blend perfectly into the surrounding environment. When danger appears, the chicks may freeze completely. To human eyes, they can become nearly impossible to spot among rocks, dirt, grass, and fallen leaves. While the parent bird puts on its dramatic performance, the young remain motionless and hidden. Together, the family creates a coordinated defense system that relies on camouflage, deception, and perfect timing. What is particularly amazing is that birds accomplish all of this with brains much smaller than those of mammals. For a long time, people underestimated bird intelligence. Scientists once assumed birds acted almost entirely on instinct with little flexibility. Modern research has revealed a very different picture. Birds can solve problems, remember locations, recognize faces, learn from experience, and adapt their behavior to changing circumstances. The broken wing display is a wonderful example of this sophistication. Whether guided by instinct, learning, or a combination of both, the behavior demonstrates an incredible understanding of cause and effect. The bird behaves in a way that changes the predator's actions. That is a powerful survival skill. If you're enjoying uncovering amazing secrets like this, be sure to subscribe to Backyard Bird Mysteries and join us as we explore the hidden lives of the birds right outside our windows. The next time you visit a park, hiking trail, open field, or even a gravel parking lot, keep your eyes open. You might encounter a bird behaving strangely on the ground. Your first instinct may be to think it needs help. But before rushing closer, consider another possibility. You may be witnessing one of nature's greatest performances. The bird may be perfectly healthy. It may be acting. And somewhere nearby, hidden among the grass or stones, tiny chicks may be depending on that performance for their survival. This behavior also reminds us of something deeply touching about the natural world. Parental care appears in countless forms across different species. Some animals build elaborate nests. Others fiercely defend territories. Some travel enormous distances to gather food for their young. The killdeer chooses a different path. It becomes an actor, a convincing actor. A bird willing to risk everything by pretending to be weak. There is something extraordinary about that image. A small creature facing a predator many times its size, not with claws or teeth, but with intelligence and deception. And remarkably, it often works. Generation after generation, these birds continue fooling predators with a trick that has survived for thousands of years. Every successful performance means another clutch of eggs survives. Another group of chicks grows up. Another chapter in the species story continues. Most people walk past birds without giving them much thought. They hear songs, see feathers fluttering between trees, and move on with their day. Yet beneath those ordinary moments lies a world filled with hidden strategies, secret signals, and astonishing behaviors. The bird pretending to have a broken wing is proof that survival in nature is not always about strength. Sometimes survival belongs to the best storyteller. The next time you see a bird acting injured, remember that you may not be witnessing weakness at all. You may be watching a devoted parent performing one of the most brilliant deceptions ever created by evolution. And what some backyard birds do when predators get even closer is more unbelievable than the act itself.